Ain't gotta kick me out. I'll get out my own house, but you still need to get your shit together, girl. What do I do? What do I say? Gotta get us back to the way that we used to be. Ain't gotta kick me out. I'll get out my own house, but you still need to get your shit together, girl.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Awesome viewers. My name is Olivia, and you're welcome once again to the Clinical Psychologist channel on YouTube. I hope you've had a fun-filled time staying indoors with your family members, with your partners, with your spouse. Okay, so today we'll be talking about what I term the lockdown effect, which is one of the psychosocial effects of the COVID-19 virus. What is the lockdown effect? It's simply the frequent spousal complaints, fights, boredom, feelings of despair, depression, suicidal ideation, and even possible suicide attempts you will see during this lockdown, this period of lockdown amongst our citizens. All those aside, the spousal complaints and the fight affects both the young and the old. Here, I'm going to read an extract from a chat with a friend of mine that was sent to me recently, and it's indicated some of the psychosocial effect of the COVID-19 on teens and young adults. Here she said, some of my friends have been complaining about despair, having to stay home with verbally abusive parents, the necessity of life, since we are all dying after all. What is the necessity of life, since we are all dying after all? So this extra does not exclude adults at all, because these are some of the things you hear them verbalize when you see them in sessions. Okay. So in also where we have teens and young adults having such feelings, where they reside, my first thought when they present to me as a clinical psychologist is with such complaints are what would make a teen or a young adult verbalize what the necessity of life is at this age, if there is anything behind staying alive at this period in time, since we are all going to die anyway. I then probe further for other factors, such as how the parents are dealing with the lockdown effects, how they are dealing with the situation at home, and their feelings about the COVID-19 virus, the pandemic. Because definitely the child will model the feelings and behavior, the code feelings perfectly well, especially of people they know quite well, or it's people they can relate to it. So what's the level of bonding between the parent and the child is determines this sometimes. Are there parents also who are hostile towards their children, or use a lot in the lives of those teens and young adults, to the extent that they feel they have no breathing space to do their own thing within their house? The hostility, the critical comments, the over involvement are expressed emotions, and when they are high and frequent in the home, they might lead to negative emotions such as the despair, depression, a possible suicidal ideation, and even the attempts, like I earlier mentioned. The high expressed emotions can go either way. It can be between the parents and children, or even between siblings or among siblings. Furthermore, due to this mandatory lockdown, couples and living partners who on a normal day would have gone to work or gone to their place of businesses and returned to their loving partner at the end of the day now stay indoors 24 hours, 7 days a week. What can you imagine will happen? People will start experiencing what we call claustrophobia, and which is an irrational fear being within a confined which is an irrational fear of being in a confined space with no route of escape to their various places of relaxation, hangout, and businesses. The result would obviously be the spouse or the partner having frequent irritable moods, incessant complaints, and frequent fights. If all those feelings are not well managed, they might actually lead to an anxiety disorder, panic attack, and possibly depression, such as loss of interest in formerly pleasurable activities and habits, persistently low moods, feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, helplessness, poor appetite, poor sleep, and even the fear of rejection possibly accompanies all this with abandonment or perceived feelings of not being loved enough, then a possibility of suicide ideation and then leading to self-harm or suicidal attempts might follow. How can all of this be managed? Let's remember that teens and young adults have a short attention to intend to and family youth to engage them. And in this period, to manage the situation, their words or their partners, the right attitude, the right perception about the stimulus, about the situation, clean attitude will definitely minimize the effect of express, will actually minimize even the express negative emotions. With your spouse, with your partner, and with your children, if you have that mentioned. If the bond, which should have been there since conception, is absent, and with realization of the bond can still be cultivated. Take advantage of this lockdown period. Take advantage of the self-isolation with your family and let the bond develop. Help it cultivate, help it grow. And also, during this lockdown, we all need to be creative with activities and family games within the home. Might include playing board games, cooking new recipes together, putting together a large puzzle. Activities and games must be varied to ensure that whoever is involved is not bored and based on the low attention span of the teens and young adults who might be involved. The activities must be picked randomly on each day to ensure they are not being monotonous. And also, you can contact your clinical psychologist in managing some of this lockdown effects of the COVID-19 virus as a psychosocial problem. Like I said, telemanagement is possible during this lockdown. That is, your communication with your clinical psychologist via the audio or the video calls. When the lockdown is called off, it's to face management. So, what will the clinical psychologist do? After an evaluation of whatever the adolescent or young adult is going through, we have an understanding of what is able to navigate the issues and thereby prevent them from falling under the influence of bad peer influence, which might result in societal vices such as psychoactive substance use, other risky behaviors which we are advocating against. This also applies to the adult of whatever the distressing factors are. We can then target each issue one after the other for a holistic and well-rounded resolution of the problems. Thank you all for listening to another episode on Eco Psychologist YouTube channel. Today, I've talked about the lockdown effect as a psychosocial effect of the COVID-19 virus. This covers boredom, despair, depression, marital or partner um, conflicts, and possible suicidal attempts have been reported since the self isolation and lockdown was implemented. I also talked about the various methods of managing all of this lockdown effects. If you have questions, kindly drop them in the comment section below or reach out to me on my Twitter account at Eco Psychologist. I look forward to responding to your various questions. Kindly click the like button to your left and subscribe to my YouTube channel to enjoy more weekly episodes discussing psychological issues as they affect us in our daily functioning. Thank you all for listening and much love from your eco psychologist. Bye.